Hello everyone, Sheila back again. I have Happy Meal again. This is from Derek. He did tell me he was sending it, and he sent me the tracking thing on my phone the other day, but I didn't have time to check it. It was here this morning. I haven't had time until now. It's actually almost 5 o'clock now and I have been that busy all day. I will tell you a little about what I've been doing later on, but this is the first chance I've had to sit down. I haven't even poured myself a cup of tea, but I'm going to wait until after I've done this video because it'll just get cold while I'm doing it. So I've already opened it, but I haven't pulled everything out that's inside, so I'm going to take all the stuff out that's in to let you see. And Derek has more money than sense. He's always sending me Happy Meal. This is, you can see all different colours in here. He did tell me he was sending me some balls for to do some little things and something for myself, which the blue must be for me, but anyway, this is Hayfield Bonus Double Knit Extra Value. This is violet. This is called violet, this shade. It's quite a bit different. That's dusty pink, this cardigan, but it's near enough to that actually. So there's 2 balls of the violet. Put that down there. There's 2 balls of the peachy colour, this. Pretty pink. Oh, it's called Pretty Pink. This is the Hayfield Bonus as well. So there's 2 balls of that. I can probably get, you know, about a 22-inch out of these, out of 2 balls. Maybe sometimes I think I've actually gotten a 24 out, but it depends. Oh, there's some more in here. I missed that. Oh no, it's a different shade. It's orange, this one. Thought it was the same shade, but it's not. Peach Melba. 2 Peach Melba. It's more Hayfield Bonus. I think I'll have to drop them down on the floor because I've got other stuff on my settee here. And this is like a mint green pistachio. It's like the nuts. 2 balls. It's actually deeper than it looks on my screen. It's a nice shade of green, that one. That down there. And 2 of what it says for this one, Lagoon. I thought Lagoon was blue, but this is a greeny blue. It's more like an aqua. So that's 2 balls of the Lagoon. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 10 balls of the Hayfield Bonus. And there are 5 balls of this one, which I think he said was for me. Bluebell. This is Stylecraft Special Double Knit. That's a nice colour as well. They're colours I like. Derek seems to know the sort of colours I like, so that's 5 balls of that. So dear me knows when I'm going to get time to do anything for myself. I've got so many other things going on at the moment, so I'll just put that bag down there. Oh, there's 6 balls. One's dropped on the floor here. I didn't see. I thought there was 5 balls. There's not. There's 6 balls. I've got 6 balls of the Bluebell. I'll put that on the floor down there, and I'm going to have to sort my stock room out upstairs for the sort where to put this, because it's all over the place upstairs. Put that down. This pattern that I've been selling, a lady's messaged me and told me about there was actually 3 faults in it. 2 of them are next to nothing, it'll not make any difference, but 1 might do. And The size that it might make a difference to is a 22, which I was actually knitting. That was the one I started knitting, and I put it down when I started doing the Slacy border one that I'm doing for what I do the PDF for. I started doing that one, so I put this one down. The rest, if I'd kept on knitting, I would have seen this mistake a lot sooner than when the lady, Jackie it was, that told me. And she said she hesitated about telling me, but please, anybody, if you see any mistakes whatsoever in my pattern, don't be frightened to tell me. I will not be offended, because I need to know if there is any faults. But I'm going to tell you what's in this one, but I've also made a little video just to point them out for anyone, because I think it's nearly all my subscribers that are buying these from eBay. But I also have a list on eBay of all the patterns that's been bought. So I'll go through all the patterns, and I counted them up, and there was 22 of this one actually bought. So I'm going to try and put a message on every one of those orders that was bought to explain to them, just in case it's only on one size, it would make a difference. So I'm going to tell you, I'll just read what it is here. There was one little fault on the left front, where after the armholes, when you were coming up to the I think it was after the neck actually, where I said instead of seeing decreasing, I wrote increasing down. But anyone that's doing that would be decreasing that much anyway. They would realise, you know, there was a mistake in the pattern. And another small one was on the sleeves. And it's at the very end of the sleeves, and you should have been 9 stitches left. I've got 90. When I type out the number, I put brackets around certain sizes. So I put a size without brackets and size with brackets. And if I don't press a certain button at the same time as the where the brackets go, this particular one, I get a nothing instead of a bracket. So I must have pressed that button twice. So I got the 9, which I was aiming for, plus a nothing, and then the bracket. So that's all it is. But that's another one that anyone would know straight away it's a mistake on because they're at the very end of the sleeve. But the other mistake is actually on the 22-inch on the sleeves, and it's at the doing the row, the different stitches that you need for the row. And it's got on row 9, I have got knit 7 on the first size, which is a 22, knit 7, and then do all the pattern until your last 7 stitches. Well, that 7 should have been 2. The rest of the pattern works out the way it should, just I don't know why I put 7, unless I mistook 7 as nearly near, looked something like a 2. I must have made a mistake. So I'm going to put a little video up after this, just to point it out for anyone that's got the pattern, where you can actually look for it. But like I said, I'm going to send messages to everybody that's bought this pattern, and I have updated it. I have changed the PDF. I put it through all the process of making the PDF again. I've changed everything on, so NESL now has got all the proper, those mistakes have been put right on the pattern. And that's why I do like people to tell me if they find a mistake, no matter how small it is. It might not seem anything to you, but somebody else, like a new knitter, might not realise the difference, you know. So I'll just show you the little video, and then I'll come back again. These are the 3 mistakes on this pattern. The first one is in the left front, and I've aligned around it there to show where I've got increasing. It should be decreasing, but I think anyone getting that far, they would be decreasing anyway, so they would realise that's a mistake there. The second one is, it is actually on the sleeves. It's row 9 of the pattern where I have knit 7. It should say knit 2. I've wrote 2 underneath, you can hardly see it there, but that's at the start of the row, and at the end of the row you end up instead of knit 7, which I have there, it should be knit 2, the same as the start. And this is the end of the sleeve on the 28-inch size, where I've got, end up with 90 stitches. It should say 9. When I've clicked for the brackets, I must have clicked it twice, and it's come up with the for the brackets. It comes on that bracket. It comes under the number note. So I must have pressed it twice, so I've gotten the note and the bracket. So that was just to let anyone know. But I will be sending a message to all the people on eBay that's bought the patterns to make sure they know about it. So that's all it is there's only one of them that would make any difference to the actual pattern. It would have meant that if they had those stitches that I had done, it would have knocked the rosebud pattern out. So anyway, I have been knitting. This is how far I've got with, this is the second size on the little border lace pattern. I've done it's all in one, the back and the 2 fronts and one of the sleeves. But I just have not had time to do any knitting. Well, I was out yesterday, went out last night to bingo. Me and my friend never won anything. We seem to have lost our luck lately. We don't seem to be winning, but hey, you cannot expect to win every time. It's lucky if you do. So I have that. I'll get my knitting while I'm sitting talking, because it's only moss stitch I'm knitting. I've got this wool wrapped all around the wool. I've got the balls of wool that Derek sent me on the floor. But I was busy this morning. I decided I had sorted all out my tax returns and everything for the 22-23 year. Instead of waiting until the end of January like I did for the last tax year, I waited until the end of January. I thought I've got it all sorted out. I'm going to do it now. So it took me quite a while to do that. And then later on, after I sorted that out, I thought I'm going to get on to the pension credit people, because anyone that's not in this country, but anyone in the UK will know about your pensions, and if you don't have enough, what the class don't have enough to live on, you get pension credit added onto your pension. Well, I've had a bit of pension credit because in this country, the older pensioners get less than the younger pensioners. If we got our pension before 2016, which I did, we get about £50 less than them. That's the older pensioners. It must be something to do with the age. They're making people work longer now, where it was only at my age, I only had to work until I was 60. But with pensioners, the younger pensioners after 2016, they're up the age where they have to work longer. It must be something to do with that. But we older pensioners, our pension, we can claim what's called pension credit to bring our pension up to the same as what the younger ones get. But you don't get the full amount that they get. Well, I was getting a small amount added onto my pension. And because of what I do with YouTube and orders I'm getting and all that, I do it all legally. It all goes through banks and everything. And I do tell the DWP, which is the other ones that sort our pensions out and that, how much money I have and all that. And I knew I was getting too much pension credit, and I wanted them to sort it out, because I wasn't entitled to the amount I was getting because of what I get paid from YouTube every month, and all the orders that I do, what I get paid for now, all these knitting patterns and all that. So I know I would end up having to pay some of that money back. So I wanted it sorted out. Well, I had been on to them earlier. It was about beginning of April, I think. It was after I'd filled in my other tax, started the new tax year. I got on to them, the pension credit people, when we got all our money, our pension, new pension price sorted out and everything. I knew they were giving me too much pension credit, so it was about about the 6th of April, something like that, I got in touch with them anyway and asked them to send me. I told them about the change of my circumstances and that I think I was getting too much pension credit and that they would need to sort it out. And I was supposed to get forms to fill in to tell them how much I was earning from YouTube and from orders and everything like that, because they'll sort all that out. Well, these forms never came, and I forgot all about them. And it wasn't until I was doing my tax returns today and I remembered, oh, I'm going to get onto them people again, the DWP, about this pension credit. So, you know, they put you on hold, you ring the number and you've got to go through all these buttons, different buttons and that, and then they put you on hold. And I was on hold for about 15 minutes. It's a good job it's a free call. It was on my mobile. I could have used my house phone, but I prefer my mobile. So I waited about 15 minutes before I finally got through, and I just started explaining to the lady I was talking to, and my phone cut out. Call ended, it said, and I was so annoyed about that I had to go through all that again. And it took even longer this time. It took nearly half an hour to get through this time. But I did finally get through, and there was a different person, you know, it was a fella that I was talking to. Very nice he was. And I was explaining everything to him, and that I needed my everything sorted out, because I don't want to end up owing the pension people a lot of money, because they keep paying it to me. So I said to him, can you just stop my pension credit until you get it sorted out? And then when it's sorted out, if you still have to pay me anything, start it again and give me a bill for whatever I owe you, because I know for a fact I've been getting too much. But and he's saying, hold on, I'll sort it out for you. So we were talking, and he was asking all questions about everything, how much money I had coming in, and he says, but you're just a pensioner. I says, I'm self-employed. Oh, well, what do you do? And I told him knitting and crochet, and I get orders and people pay me for knitting for them, and I'm selling knitting patterns at the moment and selling quite a lot of them. So, and I said, and I've also got a YouTube channel, and I says, and I get paid monthly off that. So he says, right, we'll start with your YouTube channel. How much do you get off them a month? I says, well, it's different every month. It's not the same every month. How much did you get the last month's payment? So I told him it was just over £300 actually. I told him £300. He started laughing on the phone. He says, how on earth do you get that much off YouTube? I have a YouTube channel. He says, I'm lucky if I get a couple of pounds a month. I says to him, well, you mustn't do anything on your channel. I says, I get a lot of people watch my channel, they follow me, I says, and they view them. That's how we make the money. I says, actually £300 is a low rate. I says, I've had a lot more than that before. Well, that depends how many videos I do. So I explained it to him about YouTube on the thing. So he started that, like, and he said, well, I'll put that down as £300 a month. And he says, sorting out the rest and what else you do and all that. And I says, well, I cannot tell you about anything really, because I says there's expenses that come out. You know what I says, what I do for I says would be what I tell HMRC on my tax returns. I says I have to claim expenses, I says, for like rent, and because I do everything in my house, I says rent, electricity, heating, everything like that. And he sort of estimated it. He says, well, you're still entitled to quite a bit of pension credit because you haven't really got a big pension. I says, I know, because I says I'm one of those older pensioners that doesn't get as much as the flaming younger pensioners. And he said, well, I think you're still entitled to it. But I says, I haven't told you how much money I've got in the bank though. Go on. So I had to tell him I went to all my bank accounts and told him how much I had and all that. And he's going to sort it out, and he's going to send those forms out to me again, because I have to fill in what I sent to HMRC in my tax return forms. I have to fill the similar sort of thing in that has to go to the DWP. So And he said to me, and then he said, you still want your pension credit stopped? I says, yes, just suspend it. If I'm still entitled to anything at all, I says, you can start it up again when you sort it out. But I says, looking at what I'm getting now, I says, I might be out of it altogether. I said, I might not be able to claim anything. So that took quite a long time explaining to him. I got that sorted, and then there was a couple of dings on my phone, like the cash register thing. So a couple more orders. Well, I hadn't any envelopes left. I had no stamps left. I had used them all, and I hadn't had a chance to get out today. So that was about 3:30. So I thought, I'm going to have to go out and get some envelopes and stamps for these. If I get any more orders, I've got nothing to put them in. So I went out, did a little bit shopping, and I got the envelopes and the stamps, and I'm all set again for any more orders. But when I finish this, there'll be another PDF going up, so I'll probably be getting a lot more orders, because they have slowed down a bit, because it's the last lot I put up, it was the same. I put those up when I first put them up. I had loads and loads of orders. I was sick of writing out envelopes and putting them in and all that, but it did slow down a little bit. And that's what's happened now. It slowed down a little bit, but like I'm saying, I have a little bit of work to do to send a few messages out to everyone I can on eBay who have bought my patterns for that 22 to 28 inch rosebud lace one. So that's enough of that, because my mouth is dry as sticks. I'm going to get myself a drink now. Before I make my tea, because it's past my time for making my tea now. I've been that busy today. I might get this sleeve finished on this tonight, and then I can start on the 20-inch one, and then I'll have 3 to put up in one pattern. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.